Okay, again, I want to extend a welcome to everybody. I want to welcome you on behalf of First Unity Church, of which I'm a member. This is my Sangha, so I want to appreciate you being here from First Unity Church. We welcome your presence here. Also want to welcome you. We're hosting this from Science, which is the Suncoast Community Institute of Noetic Sciences. For those who are not familiar with science and the Noetic Sciences is the scientific study of spirituality, states of consciousness, distant healing, things like that. We're studying quantum physics, we're studying the heart field, etc. So we're bringing a scientific basis into what we already know intuitively. It was started by the astronaut Edgar Mitchell when he had a spiritual experience from outer space, and he came back 40 years ago and started to study spirituality. One of the things we're interested in is the shift of consciousness, the transformation, the great turning. And that's kind of where we are segueing into here in my brief introduction, that we are very interested in Noetic Sciences and in the New Thought movement, the Unity Church. We really believe in the primacy of consciousness, that changes will take place when we transform ourselves, our consciousness, to go to our next level of consciousness. Then world consciousness is shifting. So with that, I'm going to introduce Delia, and Delia will introduce Red Queen.
Greetings to all of you. It is so wonderful to have this full crowd here today. What an extraordinary experience. And let me say in the very beginning, we're initiates because this is the first time that the Law of Time has live streamed on YouTube all over the world. So we're actually being live streamed now with as conscious community to people in New Zealand. A woman from Zurich was in touch with me, from California, Canada, everywhere. So we're really blessed to have this opportunity to put this consciousness out to the whole universe, really. My name is Delia Sky. I am a serpent initiate in the new galactic culture, which means that we're moving forward into a new beam of time where we get to express ourselves in our total divinity and our total purpose for being here. And a red serpent initiate is someone who kind of brings something from the center of the earth into fulfillment and out. I'm also a symbol of life force. So that's why this really resonates, because we have some really strong life force in this group today. And we are the ones that we have been waiting for. Let me say that Douglas, who was the author of The Mayan Factor back in 1987, and Stephanie was his apprentice, and she's now his successor because he passed in 2011. And she and he jointly wrote 7 books together. And she also has written his biography. And 2 times, the Time Traveler 2012, and then the newest one, which is Synchronicity, Calendar Change, Time and Calendar Change, which we have the books later. You're welcome to take a look at them. So Stephanie is now, she's also a serpent initiate, and she is on her way to Brazil, where she's going to do a 4-day intensive study in the Synchronic order, which is the last piece of work that Jose and Stephanie downloaded in 2009, correct? 2009, which is the 441 code matrix of the Synchronic order. So everything underlying the basis of the universe in numbers. And we read it a little bit, but she only knew Jose as Valum Votan. So she came to know through a revelation that she was the Red Queen. And Valum Votan, Votan was the Mayan emperor for 70 years, and in Palenque, and he was the tomb of Votan and the Red Queen were discovered in the 50s. 52, and it's the only Mayan ruins that have tomb of an emperor and the priestess. So there again, this is all part of what's been downloading in the work that Stephanie, as the Red Queen, carries forward, and I just really want to acknowledge her because she brings forth such beautiful feminine energy, which we all in the age of the first covering energy is really rising up for us. So all of you, if you didn't, be sure you get your glyphs and what your tones are. So we'll talk a little bit differently. We all came to Earth with a signature that kind of identifies in broad terms, color-wise. Just one quick thing about colors, because some people say, why are there only 4 colors with a rainbow in so many? Well, because the colors are related to corn. So there's yellow corn, red corn, white corn, and black corn. And black actually is translated to blue. So you're either white, yellow, red, or blue. Okay, 3 days on the bus. Out of 30 inches of snow. We're absolutely fantastic. And now it looks like the candle. From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we can see all things in clarity. House of night, may wisdom rise in us, so we may know all things from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may know what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the benefits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where the stars of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmony to end all war. From the center galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. You, Hunaku, Eva Maya Ema Ho. You, Hunaku, Eva Maya Ema Ho. You, Hunaku, Eva Maya Ema Ho. So on our third is the affirmation, I pulse in order to dream, realizing intuition. I seal the input of abundance with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of self-generation.
Speak louder.
As knowledge expands, so does our sphere of consciousness. The crystal is a valuable tool in this time of transition and future days. And I'm also going to read the new archetype for the dreamer. And I'm going to move a little closer to the screen so you can hear me. And I am the dreamer, coded by the blue night. I enter your universe through the third gate of light. My number is 3. Activating and bonding the dream. Here's my
So Harvey, Delia,
yes.
Great way to help you activate.
Oh yes, she's got the energy.
It has 3 dots.
Yes, this is Mariana from Sun City Center, and she has a banner of peace made. Yay! Mariana.
For our church, no disrespect.
No.
And the red hoop of nations represents the artist, the scientist, and the theologian. The great minds of the world are the artist, the scientist, and the theologian. And all of you sitting here surely are one of them. One of the great minds of the world.
We're going to put Jose's Valum Votan's Excalibur crystal skull in the center, so he is in the house.
Wow.
All right. The infinite reaches starry skies in my dwelling place. Abundance is my nature. Intuition is my guide. I serve all dreamers with remembrance and inspiration of cosmic truth. There is no one who can live without me. For there is no one who does not dream. My dream is truth within the dream. When I come to you, do not doubt me. It just goes blank.
Makes it real.
Well, we're almost at the end. Do not doubt me, for I bring the memory of the great dreaming of birth and the humans. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's just all just sit for a few moments and blend our energies and just breathe in and breathe out any disequilibriums or any feelings, just so that we can all come into the present moment together and see what the divine spirit wants to unfold. And we'll just kind of take 3 breathing in and just relax your whole body, relax all of your muscles, breathe out, breathe in, and just really just allow yourself to sit in the moment. Just allow all the thoughts to just dissolve, so that we can get here together. What was really pivoted on is the idea of the Noosphere. And I'm just going to describe a little bit about, first give a definition of what it means that we're activating the 6th sense. Like, what is our intention here today? And we're here at the Unity Church. And today is the day, the solar tone of intention. So all of us right now just want to set our group intention right now in this moment, and the live streamers out there, because everything is registered, lift our hearts and our minds so that we can all have remembering our connectedness, remembering our connectedness with the source, with God, with Naku, with Allah, by any name that we want to call it, and remembering our connectedness with each other, that each of us, we're all just different facets of the same being. And so that's our intention today, is to invoke that consciousness and amp it up, because everything that we do here is registered and goes into the Noosphere, which is the planetary sphere or the mind of the earth. And so as much love and light that we can generate here and the live streamers, we're sending a big signal out through the ethers, through the earth, into the Noosphere, and we receive the feedback according to our intention and according to our sincerity, and then we receive that feedback. And so the purpose of all of this, again, is to trigger an even deeper unity consciousness, and also to talk about what do the galactic Maya have to do with the Noosphere? What is this 13-moon calendar, the law of time, and what does this have to do with activating the Noosphere? Now, I just want to begin by the definition, activating the sixth sense. To activate something means to make something go, to give it a kickstart. So we're activating our sixth sense, and the sixth sense is what now beyond our five senses. And so we can just really tune in at this moment we can feel inside of our bodies to our five senses. And then we also feel the sixth sense is often called our intuition, which today the solar dreamer has everything to do with intention and intuition. And so we just want to begin by tuning into that. So today we're activating the sixth sense and entering the mind of Gaia, because it's really not, we think that we're thinking our thoughts right now, but the thoughts are actually just being thought through us from the larger mind, from the planetary mind. And so we want to just begin to really let go of whatever that we have going on in our day, and just open and allow that to dissolve, so that we can open and allow the Noosphere, or the higher planetary mind, to think through us, and to just begin to come in. This is a collective experience. We're collectively dreaming everything right now. And so just take a moment to just breathe and feel. We'll have some little pauses here just so that we can feel. The word nous means mind, or the sphere of mind. And since we're in the Unity Church right now, in the Gnostic tradition, Christ was seen as the descent of Nous, of the divine mind. And a lot of the Gnostics believe that the return of Nous is the redemption of humanity. And so just to invoke the presence of Christ, since we're here in the Unity signature, and it's like we get a fresh identity, or it's a tool for us to connect with the higher mind, or with the higher dimension, with the fourth dimension. So each of us, like in the Christian tradition, is the idea of the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And in the galactic tradition, it's very similar, except that we have a three-part entity: our third-dimensional physical sensory identity, our third-dimensional being, and that's what we go through our day-to-day with. And then we have our fourth-dimensional being. And all of us right now, our fourth-dimensional beings are engaged in this. That's the realm of our dreams, of our thinking. It's the invisible. That's our fourth-dimensional being. It's also known as a holon. And so each of us has our third-dimensional physical, our fourth-dimensional invisible dreams, intuitions, and then our fifth-dimensional. And our fifth-dimensional being is our divine blueprint that we're aspiring to, our highest self, the memory of who we really are, which is ultimately love. And so that's our fifth dimensional being. That's what Christ achieved, his fifth dimensional being, his highest being. He was at one with the Creator. And that's ultimately the journey that we're all on. The journey, when we say we're at the Unity Church and the Noosphere is the unified mind, well, that implies that there's disunity or disharmony. So, something happened along the line in our evolution, and, we could call it the fall of man, or the fall, but something that disconnected us from the source, and disconnected us from our own true essence and our own divine nature, and it's this disconnection from the source that causes all of our suffering and all the problems that we see on the planet today are from a collective disconnection from our Creator. And so the gift that we're given right now with the information streamed down from the galactic Maya, it's a whole new cosmology, or a whole new way of thinking about ourselves and about time from a higher dimensional lens, like the fourth or fifth dimension. And so I wanted to talk just a little more about this unity and disunity, because we all know that it's not an easy time often right now. There's many things, many things to distract our attention right now. There's so much suffering on the planet. There's so much pain. There's so much frustration and anger, and it's all from the disconnection from the source. But so December 21st, 2012, when we speak about that, was the closing of the Great Cycle. But what does that mean for us personally? Like, what did that mean? And it means that it was the climax of history, the climax of how far we could go away from the spirit before the return journey had to begin. And the galactic Maya were masters of time. So they foresaw the human race could only get so far away collectively from spirit before we were called back home. And so we're now on the return journey collectively back to the source. And it's an unprecedented time, because God, which in the Mayan terminology is known as GOD, galactic ordering dynamic. It's the galactic ordering dynamic that created and orders all of this. So that God, can do anything, and it's a completely magical universe. And so it's like that's the message of the galactic Maya, is that we really do have to come again and believe that anything is possible. In any moment, anything is possible, and you're looking out there instead of looking in here. And if you're looking out there, you miss what's really going on, because it's all going on inside of us in here. And so then after December 21st, we had what was known as the 7 mystic moons, which was a transitory time. This just concluded on July 26th, 2013, with galactic synchronization. We had a big ceremony in Mount Shasta for the planetary resurrection. But those 7 mystic moons were the time when we were between another one. We're still, because there's actually new consciousness that's bombarding our planet right now. And you see what's happening. Even it comes through the sun. The sun is the focalization point of many different star systems, many different intelligences. Focus new knowledge through the sun. The sun hits the earth and the cosmic and solar rays, and we are connected with the sun and connected with the earth. Our brain is electromagnetic, and it's connected with the sun and with the earth. And so as this new beam and new knowledge comes in, we are receiving it. We are receiving a DNA upgrade as we speak. I believe there's the solar flares that are happening right now. But the thing is, it's an unprecedented time, because our level of consciousness has increased so greatly even in the last 20 years. And I'm sure all of you are experiencing this acceleration. And But when this new beam hits, which is the beam of unity, Noosphere, love, synchronicity, consciousness, art, like our highest dream, the Noosphere, realizing the Noosphere is actually realizing our highest dream, our collective dream made manifest, the dreams that we dreamed as little children. They wouldn't have been given to us had they not been going to come true. And that's the kind of faith that we have to have in the Creator. We have to have the faith of a little child, and we have to be and just return to our own divine innocence of like, I don't know what any of this is. Like, teach me. Like, we have to like just embrace our old mindset and just dissolve what we think anything is and just, and not be, and ask to be made new. Because that's the opportunity of this new galactic being, is that it's the opportunity for planetary resurrection. Because we can read the Holy Scriptures and they speak about resurrection and redemption and resurrection, and we think that that's just in a book. But we have to become the living Scripture. We are, it's alive. It's not just some dead books anymore. The galactic Maya came and through this is all that was transmitted to me through Jose Arguelles, Valum Votan. Of course, all of it is an energy that's underneath the words right now. We're just sharing and vibrating this energy, and we're all creating it right now. But this new being is really exciting, and I get really excited just to think about what it is. But also, we have to know, as this new beam of light comes in and it's hitting us, it also stirs up anything that's not in the new. So we might be experiencing, like, some old karmas or things or debris that is surfacing as this new consciousness. It can stir up old things, and so things that we think, oh, we already evolved through that, and then like this same thing like plays out again, and you're like, I thought I already did that. I thought I got it right, And then and so because everything is cyclic and it keeps coming up until we finally get our lesson. But right now, the opportunity is being accelerated so that we can actually move through things very quickly now. And it doesn't have to be hard anymore. Like, we have to stop affirming that we have to go through these long processes to get from A to B. Like, because we've done the age of processing. Like, okay, we processed like our emotions and our energy in the age of processing. And now is the time for instantaneous transformation. And that's what's being afforded through the new being that's now coming in. And like I said, the new being is the unity consciousness in the galactic Maya cosmology. The way that we became disconnected from the source when we were hit, when our, it's a lost world replay that we're on. We've been here many times. It's all a deja vu, and it's a replay from another time, from another planet. And so according to the galactic Maya, we're here on Earth, like we are we're the repository of all the lost worlds, of all the karmas that we're trying to get straight here on Earth in this incarnation. And so with the galactic Maya, what occurred was a low frequency beam hit the planet, and it wiped out our memory. And we all got amnesia, and we became fragmented, and we forgot that we were connected to each other, and forgot that we were connected to the source. This is the subject of the Dreamspell, which was the very first download received by Jose Arguelles at the very beginning of the time, the 1260, the 12-month calendar, 60-minute clock, and the whole Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday work week, and like our time has been stolen from us. Basically, it's like the time thieves came. It's like a great galactic fairy tale, and the time thieves came and they stole our time, and they made us go to work at jobs that we hate, and just so that we could get paid to get money to buy things that we don't want. and it's just the cycle that keeps going. On and on. It's the nature of our planet today. All the greed, all of this whole money thing, and it's all a fiction. It's not even real. It's created by man or by men and women. It's not God's law. And God's law is synchronicity. And so with this new being, we're seeing there's a secret path that we can enter now. There's a secret path that's being made available. It's not the apparent path that you see on the news. A secret magic path that we can go through, and if we follow our opens the secret gates, it opens the secret doorways. Just you have to put some effort into learning the new terminology. Just give it some effort, and then you see it's a synchronicity matrix. It's a unification matrix. When you begin to use it, the frequency begins to shift, and I'm sure many people who have done this can attest to the effects that it has, and you just learn how to read the signs, and then the synchronicities just start exploding, and your dreams will start telling you what to do, even though other people or people's opinions will tell you something opposite. This inner voice of your essence grows stronger, and you can't ignore it anymore. And so this path of the synchronic order is just an absolutely brilliant, because it's a way that we, as the lost time travelers, it's our signpost that we can.
It's all perfect.
It's all totally perfect.
It's all,
a little interval pause.
it's all perfect.
Intermediary.
Don't do it yet.
I know.
Wait till
It's great. You gotta have it. We're still living it. Reminding us.
Still be calling you driving. Would be the best thing, but I didn't want to break the circle.
You decide. You can set it right there.
Table.
Oh, the whole table. Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, okay. Ready? No. I'll let you know. Let's just put it down.
Jen, can you move over a little?
Let's go ahead and keep going and just see if we get a better feedback from the chat room.
It's working.
And know that you're actually always on mission. Everything that you do, you have to just start training yourself to know that everything that you do is being guided. Truly, it's not we who do, but Goddess that does through us. And we're being done through. That was one of the main messages of Jose Arguelles. And I was witness to it for all the years that I was with him. I was witness to his level. He would be up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning doing his meditations, prayers, and codes every single morning, supremely disciplined being. Probably the most disciplined being all day long. Just supreme discipline. And what he taught me too was that there's 5 steps, a 5-step process from our conditioned mind to the Noosphere. And remember, the first step is remembrance, because complete unity with all that is, or a time when we just felt so much love, and that triggered a remembrance, or a spiritual journey, a remembrance. And then we want to get back to that original vision that we've had. So the first step is remembrance. After we've remembered something, comes discipline, because our mind's going so fast, and we can see the vision, and like our bodies can only go so fast, and it's so frustrating sometimes, because it's like that's where we came in on some level to learn, okay, patience, it's all unfolding, all my dreams will be realized just step by step, and have patience, especially with ourselves, because I know, all of us, having patience with ourselves is a huge thing. And so patience, we're all going to get there. We're all going back to the source, and we're all gonna make it. And so that's really comforting to know that it's inevitable that we return to unity and to the divine source. So that makes it all more fun knowing we're going to get there. So we can relax even a little more, but at the same time, a divine paradox. Relaxation and exertion, and then the fifth one is the love and compassion, which without love and compassion, nothing means anything. The codes of the synchronic order are dead without love. Love is what bonds us all together, and Teilhard de Chardin, he was one of the main pointers of the Noosphere, along with Vladimir Vernadsky, the Russian geochemist, and Edward Leroy. Just to give them all credit. And then the Teilhard de Chardin, he was all about love. Said love is what weaves us all together. That leads us into the mind of Gaia, which was a sub-theme of this talk. And so we have the Noosphere as the mental sphere, and then the mind of Gaia. Gaia is the Greek goddess, the Earth Mother. Gaia was the first to emerge out of chaos and make order. And so Gaia is like it's the love, the feminine matrix that infuses the Noosphere with the planetary heart. So we've got the marriage of the heart and the mind with Gaia and the Noosphere, because it's Gaia who lovingly, like it's the divine mother, let's say, who lovingly prods us to the next place. And then the synchronic matrix is like the masculine, is the structure that we work in, so that the divine mother is ultimately the one that's lovingly guiding us along through our hearts. But we do have to develop our mind just as much as our heart, and our heart just as much as our mind, because it's all one, so we can be integrated humans. And so the mind of Gaia, and it brings me to, I want to read a quote by Teilhard de Chardin, because I love this quote so much. It says, driven by the forces of love, the fragments of the world seek each other so that the world may come into being. I'm going to read it 2 more times so we can really get it. Okay, so imagine love brought us all together right now. Love is the reason why we're on the planet. Love is why we're here. Ultimately, we all know that. So galactic culture, that's the new culture that up levels everything. It's the higher dimension. It's like we've done everything on planet Earth. Religion means to bind back to one. And so what the galactic medicine is, of the galactic Maya, it's a 4th dimensional matrix that holds all of the religions. It shows, because everything is a time release program. Now we're given to know that there's a higher dimensional matrix that holds, like Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, all the prophets, the seers, the saints, the sages. They're all ultimately one being with one message. And now is the time when we can realize them all as one inside of us. It's the time of the great synthesis. So we realize that was all a time release program. Christ was born 570 years after Buddha, and Muhammad was born 570 years after Christ. And those are the 3 main religions: Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. And so So Christ was born 570 years after Lord Buddha, and then Muhammad was born 570 years after Christ. So Christ was at the central point, and if you look at the Mayan Boxing, it shows the whole unfoldment of that. All of them came from the Creator, from the one Creator created Buddha, created Christ, created Muhammad, created all the Mother Mary, all the sages, avatars. It was all created by the Divine Master, the Divine Holy Master, the Divine Intelligence, as part of a time release program. Each of these messengers came to remind us of love and unity. Each messenger came at a different time and spoke to a different people with a different they could understand according to the time and according to the people. And so that's why it's crazy to have any bias or prejudice about anybody's religion, anybody's anything, because it's all created by the one Creator. So how could we fight about that? And so that's what's so incredible is that the Galactic Maya is to unify, to ultimately take a compendium or a survey of how the world has progressed since over a period of time, and then give to the world. This is what Valum Votan knew, we were a superhero, but but we might not tell anyone, or we wanted to be, or we knew that we had those powers. Well, now it's all being made available, and so back to Jose Arguelles, Valum Votan, because his contribution to the Noosphere had been defined as the thinking, the interactive thinking layer of our planet. And it's the Noosphere that's actually thinking through us, just to recap that. And what he did was brought through via Valum Votan and the Galactic Maya a system of galactic knowledge that floods us to their dimension. And we're being projected here, and we are, of course, not as we appear. I mean, we're in these are our space suits that we're operating this particular dimension with, but we are spirit, we are something else, and we are evolving, but it takes all of us collectively now to come together. We know now that we can't do it alone. We need each other to make the highest dream. We need to connect with each other and share our highest dreams, because that's the only way that this new galactic culture will be birthed. Dreamspell means a consensual reality. So any two or more people that have the same idea, so when you come together with someone, you're creating a dream spell. Right now, we're creating a particular dream spell based on all of our energies combined right here. And so, in the world, the mass hallucination of the system of the world is one big dream spell. And so, to shatter the dream spell, we apply the galactic medicine of the synchronic order, because each time each of us practices one of these codes, we penetrate a little bit further into the dense field of that foggy veil. And so each time that we practice, we're depositing the new light into the node like a deposit. We deposit it, and then the feedback starts coming through. And I wanted to say one last thing. Jose Arguelles was the Psi Bank. And I just want to say a little bit about, Psi energy is like our psychic energy activating the sixth sense that we all experience. The Psi Bank it's a galactic grid. He put it out in mind transmission, and often Jose and I were alone in retreat. And the 7 volumes of the Cosmic History Chronicles, there's a few of them that are over there. When we came together, it was like we remembered our divine covenant. And as soon as we came together, it was like an interdimensional portal just opened as soon as we just locked eyes. And all this knowledge just started streaming in. And we didn't know what we were going to do with all of it. It was just like streaming in, and I was just being initiated. I was 29 when this first started occurring. And it was just so massive, and it wouldn't leave us alone, and it wouldn't stop. But it was good. But it was, at the beginning, of course, for myself, and I see what we're all going through. When that new energy comes in, it stirs up every conditioned thing that you have about yourself. Yeah. So I've had to go through every single initiation, imaginable, especially in the first 2 years, because it's not. Once we're entered into new information, it stirs up all that conditioning. But what I'm saying now, it's becoming easier, because collectively we've all been working on it. We've all been working on getting through all of this conditioning, so we can make it easier. And it's easier when we share with each other, because when we can hear somebody else's experience, it makes us feel not so alone, and then it winding down, and we want to do a group meditation for the Noosphere. I didn't get to how much time? Okay, so I did want to say it wouldn't be activating our sixth sense, back to that. Okay, so this process of transmission, so Jose, like I said, began with the Dreamspell in 1993. I did it right. I can't miss that one. Okay, so he began with the Dreamspell, but over a 20, the discovery of the law of time, let me just say that came in 1989, when he discovered that time is the universal factor of synchronization, or time is what synchronizes all of us in time. It's time. This means, okay, how can we relate? We can relate that right now to, okay, the quality of our experience, whatever we're experiencing right now, is dependent on the frequency of time that we're attuned to. So each of us, we're experiencing the group mind, and each of us is experiencing it slightly differently according to what frequency of time that we're tuned into right now. So each of us is having our own experience, and we're having a collective experience. And so the frequency of time that we're attuned to, that was the law of time. Then came the dreams through these program of codes. It all led up to what's called the that is the master matrix. So this is all the new codes. It's our DNA upgrade. This contains everything within it. Contains all the synchronic codes. It's like this matrix. It was he perceived it as coming from the star Sirius, a Syrian broadcast of the beams through the sun, through the Hunaku, and then through the sun. Because right now, all sorts of new information is being beamed through from different star systems, and he was wired and prepared to receive this information so that he would know what it was and where it was coming from, because of his education and because of the things that he had studied. He was like prepared to receive it. Many people might receive it but not know what it is or have context for it. And so we've externalized all the technology. Well, now the system really does exist to hook up to the internet where through direct attunement we can have access to all of the knowledge of what you might call the Akashic Register, all the knowledge of the Psi Bank, all the knowledge that we're ready to know. Let's put it that way, because each of us is ready to know different levels of knowledge. But this does exist now. Jose was working with this non-stop until he finally passed away. Every single day he was working on these codes, and like it was such a dense download when he first got it. He was just like, right, not too long ago before I came here, and the dolphins were, the Syrian emissaries, and I saw that they totally had the whole mind perceiver, and they were the ones transmitting the whole mind perceiver to through this, anchoring it on this planet, which is the upgrade of our consciousness. It's unity consciousness. Dolphins are totally playful. The new feminine energy is through sacred play rather than force and fear and everything. Sacred play. The dolphins are modeling it for us, and look what the humans are doing now to the dolphins, which is all part of it. But at the same time, we do have to pay attention to the dolphins and to the whales right now that are our greatest teachers actually as living beings on this earth right now. They're holding a very high consciousness, and of course they can they can be awake and asleep at the same time. And so this is what this is. It changes us from the bilateral, like left, right, male, female, into oneness, into radial oneness. So we stop this and that, and having the polarities and everything. And when we come into phase, then this is like the matrix of radial, we come into phase, matrix of radial consciousness, and then from there we can tune in. Then we're just one whole. We realize ourselves as one whole. Then we can tune into all these different streams, but is in a whole way, as one being, rather than this or that, male or female. And we know that it all comes back to the male, female, the yin and the yang, and the resolution of those two polarities. And so this is ultimately just in a nutshell what the whole mind perceiver is, and you can find more online, www.lofttime.org. going to Brazil to do a four-day seminar on the synchronotron, on the whole mind perceived, because it's so vast and because it's memory codes too. So all these synchronic codes, if you just start to work with them, they start to trigger memory. They start to trigger star memories and start to hook you up with something higher. And it's all about frequency and vibration. And we have to just raise our vibration now and just back to getting to remembering that we have to go to mission consciousness now, where everything we're doing is law of time. Say it one more time. Law of time. LAWOFTIME.org. Yeah, .org. And there's some star shot. This is it. Do we have pocket time?
Yes.
Okay. And it's the resonant night. Yeah, because it's just really big what's happening right now. I'm so excited to be here and that we're all together. It's like it's absolutely perfect who was called here at this time and who's streaming. I hope you can hear and see it. Hello. Can they see all of us? Okay. Yeah. So, but the point is, it's a very exciting time, and just to keep opening to the love and keep allowing this new being to come in, because the love. If you don't feel the love, it's not true. That's the easiest criterion. And so that's so easy when we're going through this hugely transformative process. So, and of course, the Rainbow Bridge, we're gonna do a meditation from Manifesto for the Noosphere. I find it a really powerful meditation, and he suggested to do this in groups, and so everyone can get this book and do it in groups because it's so powerful. And I'm going to read one quote by Jose of what he said about the Noosphere. This kind of sums it up. Love. Seeking happiness and to be happy. If it does not start with me, then with whom will it start? Meditation on behalf of the whole planet and on behalf of a quote by Pierre de Chardin. So we can close our eyes to this one. And the live streamers too, everybody who can close more spiritual energy with an ever higher potential. Okay. Sit in meditation posture with your spine. Now visualize the whole earth as if from outer space. See it spinning. Feel its embrace without praising or blaming anyone or anything. Place the whole earth spinning within your heart, just as it is seen from space. The anger and frustration that are part and parcel of the human realm. Then think, this suffering is unnecessary. All the misery, and then when it hits you, you're transmuting it all into light. Transmute it all into light, and as you exhale, breathe out the light into the whole earth. Imagine all those who are sick are now healed. All those who are suffering are suddenly infused with divine happiness. All of the poor have infinite abundance. All of the hungry are fed. Now imagine every human face on planet Earth is smiling because the new dawn has come and everyone has remembered the divine essence and the Creator. All suffering has ceased. Dissolve everything into the light of your love. Dissolve everything into the light of your love. Keep this process of healing flashing on to the suffering, transmuting that suffering from above the whole earth into light, breathing it back into the earth. This is divine magic. Really feel it. Feel the universal compassion of the earth as being in your own consciousness. Really feel it. Then we'll repeat this 3 times. I'll say it first. I am one with the earth. The earth and myself are one. We'll all say it now. I am the earth and myself are one mind. I am one with the earth. The earth and myself are one mind. I am one with the earth. The fifth-dimensional body is the pure electronic body. Ultimately, everything is electricity. The fifth-dimensional body of the earth is the Noosphere, made manifest. The rainbow bridge is the sign of the Noosphere, made manifest. And we can keep this meditation with us all the time and day to day. And we want to offer anything that we've received today, new love or life that's been generated or consciousness, we offer it up to all sentient beings. So may all sentient beings be happy. May they be free from suffering and the root of suffering. May they not be separated from the great happiness devoid of suffering. May they dwell in the great equanimity, free from passion, aggression, and prejudice. Ayum Tunaku Eva Maya Ema Hum. Ayum Tunaku Eva Maya Ema Hum. Ayum Tunaku Eva Maya Ema Hum. We have a suggestion from our Super Initiate, which is really good. This is the Excalibur crystal that Jose meditated with every morning. And we want to pass this around to each of us so that we can each feel it. And also, as we're passing it around, we want to envision the whole earth and say, what is that? And then each person just say one word that comes to you that you want to place into the side of their mind. Like whatever word comes to you, just one word. So each of us will be helping to add to the bank account of light. Okay? So I'll start with the obvious. We'll go counterclockwise.
No, it's not right.
Reverse spin. Oh wait, that's clockwise. Whoops. Counterclockwise. Reverse the spin of history. Okay. Say it loud. Healing.
Divine love. Joy.
Synergism.
Unification. Inner knowing.
Understand.
Family.
Like
Restoration.
Spirit.
Clarity.
Kindness. Dance. Peace. Light. Transformation.
balance.
Authenticity. Synchronicity. Reality. Power.
I wondered if the live streamers, if we could all come in front of the camera and just say, my cash, or anyone out there watching. Want to do that? Just for fun?
What came to me very strongly as soon as you put down the mandala is the omnipresence, when you speak to the significance of the symbol, but when you say that the omnipresence of that symbol throughout our consciousness history, because obviously not only Christian services is the Trinity, but it is past, present, and future. It is spirit, mind, and body. It's every three that you can think of. And what really struck me was it's in everyone's subconscious. This is the same symbol that was brought to the then League of Nations, now United Nations, after World War I by the famous artist, the visionary, Nicholas Roerich, who was in the Theosophical Society, a contemporary of Madame Blavatsky. And he brought this symbol, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize for it, to be the symbol that was put on every building of culture, of spirituality, of anything in the societies, to protect them from being destroyed in war. That it would be a symbol to all of humanity that it should not be touched.
Appreciate that. The color of red, which signifies the one blood, and all people, and the circle around it, representing one unity. Really appreciate that. We needed that.
I've recently come to believe that the after image of the sun, we're all going to soon see in the sky also.
What's that? The after image of the sun facing.
Well, with the new planets coming into our view, the sight of the sky is going to be something quite astounding in the next few months. It's going to be so marvelous.
Oh, I love that. It's better.
And when you see the sun now, if you blink, you shut your eyes, you will see the three, not the one. And it's an after image, and it does come from way beyond even Nicholas Roerich.
Wow, thanks for that.
So he just put it out into the world.
So beautiful. Yeah, and of course, in 2010, this became the official emblem of the 13-year calendar change peace movement. And in 2010, in Mexico, Jose was honored by the president of the Roerich Banner Committee for a Lifetime Achievement Award for Fighting World Peace, which is so moving. And for all of his work at World Peace, I believe the Dalai Lama has also received one of the many different people have received, this. So, very, very significant.
It also hangs in
Thank you so much.
200 prayer rooms of the United Nations. It also hangs in every prayer room for the United States.
Does it still? Does it? I didn't know that. Wow.
That's where I first saw it, first learned I needed to learn it, because they said they spent all that money trying to figure out how to have peace. They weren't following sacred time.
Wow. Very interesting. Would anyone else like to add anything?
We're going to play a piece of music that we played in Vancouver.
That's great. Perfect.
When we went to Vancouver, when Ilya and I met Jose, and we met Stephanie in Vancouver.
And when was that? Was that 2010?
It was July of 2010.
2010, that's right. It was his birthday.
That was Vancouver.
Oh, you're right. This is Vancouver.
It's Vancouver. That was July.
We presented the piece like Flora Mayo, which is one of the 13 indigenous grandmothers, and to Barbara Marx Hubbard,
Yeah, those were the last fantasy piece that he ever presented. It was on Kim 108. They had a time, GM 108X. And the last fantasy piece he presented was to the Mayan indigenous grandmother for the Maya, one of the 13 indigenous grandmothers, and Barbara Marx Hubbard, and Robin and Cody of the Prophets Conference, and also the spokesman for the Hopi
John
Prophets.
John we call ancestors. We call you sons today. We thank you for hearing our call. Teach us to become our highest selves. We ask you to become. Teach us to become our highest humanity. We thank you for helping us access our inner wisdom. To the universe of offering. Teach us, shall we resonate? We remind us to see each other as family. From the mystery of harmony, each other as in the earth. Yes, may the people of all nations come together to celebrate life. Activate in us love, light, and purpose. We ask that you help us make the world a better place. Simply with which we ask for the children in the seventh generation. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We get together another light together on the earth. We get together light together on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk on the earth. We bring a new way to walk
In my head. You want to say, in my head, I'm another yourself.
There we go.
So we say, 1, 2, 3, we'll say, in my cash. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
In my cash!
Okay, 2 more times for whoever's out there.
In my cash!
1 more.
In my cash!
We are another yourself.
Eu sou outro você!
Woo!